Oh my god, this is so dumb. I sat down here to film a video on the hotly anticipated Skull and Bones, which I know we're all dying to get our hands on. And so I did a quick Google, Skull and Bones news, as you do, and I was confronted with an article from Kotaku that just went up 4 hours ago as of the time of recording this video at like 4 p.m. on Friday, June 30th. Kotaku has sources that are confirming that Assassin's Creed Black Flag is getting a remake. And they're doing this at a time when Skull and Bones still seemingly is in straight up purgatory. Nobody knows where the game is, if it's real. It's baffling. They like showed it off at the Ubisoft Forward event, but with like a musical tribute. It was like for a funeral. The whole thing is just so weird. I can't figure this out. So in this video, we're gonna go through everything that this reporter Ethan Gach or Gotch, I'm not sure, has to say about Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and we're gonna figure out what is happening with Skull and Bones. The whole thing is just one big headache. But you know what shouldn't be a headache? Getting yourself a gaming PC. And if you've ever been interested in getting one, check out Apex Gaming PCs. They put this one together for me. I play all of the games for this channel on this gaming PC. We stream with it. This thing is a beast, made by guys who really know what they're doing, and I can't recommend them enough. And if you go to the link in the video description box or in the pinned comment, not only will you be helping out the channel and yours truly in return if you decide to purchase a PC through them, but you can also fully customize whatever PC you want down to the graphics cards or SSDs. You can tweak all of it, and when you finally get it at your doorstep, the whole thing will be delicately packaged. Everything is cable managed, so you should be able to just plug it in and start playing. It's that easy. And this isn't one of those things where it's like, yeah, I'm sure it's pretty good. Like, no, I use Apex Gaming PCs. I use one day in, day out for my job for this. So I know what I'm talking about. Like, I cannot recommend this enough. This thing is awesome. I've never had any issues, though the streaming PC under the desk that I built myself has had some problems. So again, check them out at the link in the video description box or in the pinned comment below. You'll be helping out the channel, and you can get yourself an awesome PC that's going to perform great. It's just a no-brainer. Check them out today. But okay, if we actually look at the article, you can see that they initially just describe how they are learning from sources that they are remaking Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, which of course is the game that everybody actually wanted Ubisoft to either remake or to create a sequel for instead of this whole Skull and Bones thing. I mean, it's good to see they finally are like listening. It's like years and years too late. They've already wasted presumably hundreds of millions of dollars on Skull and Bones, but you know what? I guess better late than never. Now, they do mention that it is in the earliest stages of development and will not be complete for a few years, which honestly, I would come to expect. I don't know who greenlit this or whose idea it was to actually go ahead with it, but it seems like this is what they should have done from the very beginning. Nobody wanted Black Flag, but without any actual pirate activities of like boarding ships or hand-to-hand combat. Nobody wanted just the pirate section without the sailing. Everybody just wanted more Black Flag, pretty much. And so it doesn't make any sense why they tried to do this Skull and Bones spin-off that was just a disaster. So, you know, I'm not saying it does make sense, but it is a little weird that it's coming now. Even after all these years of delays with Skull and Bones, we still don't really know what's happening with that. However, we do know that apparently a team at Ubisoft Singapore, one of the studios that's been working on Assassin's Creed and Skull and Bones, they're going to be heavily involved in modernizing the sailing game. Apparently, they're taking members of the Singapore team and rearranging it and putting them from Skull and Bones and putting them on this Black Flag remake. I don't have a lot of confidence in this ever seeing the light of day if that's the case, but you know what? Maybe they'll surprise me. This is interesting. They mention, according to an internal email shared with Kotaku, Singapore studio management is currently forcing all developers on Skull and Bones to work from the office rather than remotely. It's also providing on-site breakfast and dinner as a way of quote unquote thanking you for your unwavering commitment to our shared vision, though it will also seemingly encourage staff to stay later and work more hours to ship the closed beta on time for a game that was due out years ago. That's pretty rough. You know, initially it sounds nice. Oh, they're gonna offer breakfast and dinner. How sweet. But then you realize, oh, it's because they want people to basically live at the studio and never leave. Oof. Now, what does all this mean? Honestly, I'm not entirely sure. I'm glad that we're gonna see more Black Flag. I like Black Flag. I'd be okay with a remake as long as it's done decently well. However, Ubisoft Singapore has only ever really proven themselves to be a capable support studio working on the water tech that's been used in the last handful of Assassin's Creed games. And as far as I'm aware, they've never shipped an entire game themselves, which is part of the reason why they're having so much trouble with Skull and Bones, because they just haven't done this before. And so to give them another project like a remake of Black Flag might be something they can handle, but I'm not entirely sure. Apparently they've lost a lot of talent, a lot of really high quality talent that was there, just got frustrated that they weren't actually making any progress and that new managers would come in and restart Skull and Bones over and over again. So I don't know what to make of it. I guess a remake is better than no remake, and if it sucks, we'll just get something really funny to play for a little bit or to laugh at and mock. Or if it's decent and pretty good, it'll just introduce a new generation of players to Black Flag, which I think is awesome because it's easy to forget. Assassin's Creed Black Flag launched on October 29th of 2013. That's almost a decade ago. Do you feel ancient yet? I sure do. Like, it's wild, but there are full-grown adults who were children when this game launched and have never played it as a result. Like, this launched on the Xbox 360 and PS3, which to some people doesn't sound that far back, but for other people that is a very long time ago. That's ancient. So there's many people who I think would enjoy a Black Flag experience who maybe would find it difficult to get into the older style of combat or into the older graphics or all of the trailing missions that were still in Black Flag. So I think it's good to see that this could potentially get exposed to a new generation of gamers, especially if it's launching in like 2, 3, 4 years. However, I can't help but feel as though it's really weird that they're greenlighting this project when Skull and Bones isn't out the door. It's bizarre. We don't even have a release date for Skull and Bones. As of right now, there is a scheduled closed beta in August. There was a little bit of a scandal around that where they announced it for console and PC, and then recently they announced that it's not actually a console closed beta. It's actually just for PC players. They said it was never meant for console players, so it was just a miscommunication between the team and the marketing people. I don't know what to believe. I don't know if that's true or if they're just talking out both sides of their mouths, but either way, it still is continuing to be just a weird thing, and I think we all can agree that they probably should just get Skull and Bones out and move on at this point. Unfortunately, even if Skull and Bones is awesome, I don't know how it performs well. Like, the negative perception and the optics around that game is just so poor that it would take some sort of miracle for it to overcome that stigma. And maybe they can do it. Maybe they do have something really awesome on their hands. I've had a handful of people actually reach out to me directly through emails, sharing bits and parts of their play tests, which obviously I can't show you for obvious reasons. But the people that have been playing the game in closed betas privately have expressed to me an interest, a like, a positive reception. Apparently some people are really enjoying it, and it's not all negatives, despite what you'll see on like Reddit or I don't know, other like platforms where you might hear negative things about it. But apparently some people are liking it, and maybe the game is really good, but I just don't know how this thing ever will turn a profit. So at some point they should probably just cut their losses and move on to other more profitable projects, which perhaps is exactly what this Black Flag project is. They know that Skull and Bones is probably not going to be that awesome, so at least we can copy and paste a lot of the stuff they did for that over into Black Flag remake, whatever they call it, and at least recoup some of the development cost on that. Who knows? But the takeaway is that seemingly Black Flag is going to get another game, and it's a ways off. So we're just going to have to wait here with bated breath. But man, going back and seeing this footage of Black Flag running on those old consoles. This is from E3 2013 on June 10th when they revealed this, almost exactly 10 years ago. It's just crazy to see this and it hurts to see how we haven't gotten anything quite like this since. I love the pirate setting. I love Pirates of the Caribbean. I love reading about the golden age of piracy. I love pirates as a theme, and it feels like a sort of time in history or a setting that's been largely neglected by major AAA devs. I've said multiple times one of my dream games would be for a big studio like Rockstar or Rocksteady, maybe not Rocksteady now, but Rocksteady of the past, or a Naughty Dog type of company to go in and make a super dark, gritty, cinematic pirate game. Like, can you imagine? Can you imagine if they licensed Pirates of the Caribbean to a company like Rockstar or like Naughty Dog? Like, I can't even imagine how awesome that would be. I just, oh man, I would crime for that game, and I don't think we'll ever get it, unfortunately, but maybe the remake of Black Flag will do so well that some big companies will see it performing well and will be inspired to try it. I don't know, I can dream, right? And like I said, if they do a good job with this next generation remake, upgrade, remaster, whatever they call it for this game, it would be stunning. Like, with modern tech 10 years after the fact, seeing what the water simulation would be like and the sailing and all of this, I just, oh man, please don't screw this up, Ubisoft. Please just do a half decent job. I beg of you. Please. I'm asking very nicely, please. It's too bad we have to like joke about it. Like, oh no, please Ubisoft, do a good job. But it's because they've screwed up a good number of times on big projects like this. So we're just gonna have to wait and see, but I'm interested in it. I'm gonna be keeping a very close eye on news surrounding this Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake. So if you're interested in following that further, make sure to subscribe, like the video if you enjoyed it, share it with a friend if you know that they like Black Flag as well. That's the best way to help out the channel. But more than anything, I just want to say thank you for watching. I love y'all, and I'll see you in the next video. Hugs and kisses. Bye-bye.